Whoa, it has been a hot minute since I have talked to you guys and chit-chatted to you guys sat down in front of the camera. And I'm still never able to articulate what I want to really actually say. Hey guys, how are you going? It's Nataleigh Maree here, and I'm here with another video. And I was thinking I want to bring back some content that I actually, want to talk about other than just what I do in my kind of week-to-week life. It's more so now like fitness, business, nutrition. If you like it, give this video a thumbs up. Also, don't forget to subscribe and click the notification button so that you know when I upload next. I have now lived in the US for over a year, so it's safe to say that I kind of know how it works here in New York. So I thought, why don't I make a differences sort of video thing. And yes, I have done this before, but I was only a tourist back then and I had no idea what I was getting into. So here I am more informed. I know exactly what I'm talking about, and I can say based off experience this is quite accurate. And I'm sure whoever lives in Melbourne or New York, you'll find this relatable. And if you want to live in New York, this will probably be good. People seem to think that there aren't, because we're both English speaking countries, but I find it safe to say, since living here and having to do the day-to-day life here, then yeah, it's quite different. One of the things I love about New York is that it is so dog friendly. Dogs, as you all know, are one of my loves. Every time I see a dog, I just can't help but squeal. Dog walkers here, dog sitters, house sitters, whatever, they make a hella income here because everybody has a dog in New York City. Difference between New York City and Melbourne is that they let dogs go in stores. They let dogs go everywhere. Like, restaurants are really dog friendly. The fire station has dog treats. The banks have dog treats. Like, they got a pretty good life in New York City. The subway system here is a lot more complicated when you first come. Like, here now I know, like, definitely like what train goes where, but they go by like A, B, C, blah blah blah, and 1, 2, 3, blah blah blah. Whereas in Melbourne, the train line is referred to where the train starts off. For instance, the Frankston line. So the Frankston line is the end of the line, and all the other stops in between are from Frankston to the middle of the city, the CBD. And it kind of goes like that. So it's like everything stops in the CBD and it's like a web that goes out, kind of. Whereas in America, or for New York for instance, they all start differently and they don't all end up in the same spot. It depends if you're on the east side or you're on the west side. Obviously it's a hub for tourists, especially in the summer, fall seasons. The main hub, like where it's condensed, is Times Square, and you avoid that like the plague. There's too many tourists, even though I'm an international, but the way tourists are is a bit differently than who is actually living there. Whereas Melbourne, there's a lot of tourists come to Melbourne too. There is not one point or hub where they all are herded, kind of thing. They are just, scattered everywhere. It is so easy to pick a tourist in New York. Like, you can just stand and watch people for probably 2.5 seconds and you will find who the tourist is, especially when it comes to a traffic light, because the tourist will wait for the man to say, you can now walk. Whereas a lot of New Yorkers consider jaywalking as a natural occurrence and not something that's illegal, and they would just typically just walk, not when obviously cars are coming, but they won't wait to be told to walk. One of the big things that I do not like, and I had realized since being here, is that New York has no alleys. Here they put their garbage on the street and it stinks. There's like piles of garbage on the curb and it is so gross. Whereas in Melbourne, we have our garbage bins and we put them on the curb, and then there's a truck that comes, picks up the bin, tosses it in, puts it back down, kind of thing. An observation: there is a Starbucks on every corner in New York City. Like you're going down one street and there's 5 Starbucks. Why do you need that many? And in Melbourne, I can definitely count 1 because I've been in it. So the amount of 7-Elevens in Australia we have is the amount of Starbucks that New York has. Okay, I don't want to like poke anyone's buttons. This is just based on my opinion. The produce in Melbourne is just better. Strawberries, bananas, like fruit and veg, they don't last as long here. When you're going to the fruit and veg store, it's probably harder to pick something that looks nice and looks, you know, decent. Whereas in Melbourne, I know definitely because I've been with my dad going around grocery shopping, and it just looks fresher and it lasts a lot longer. It just annoys me that you buy this stuff and it goes off the next 2 days. Okay, something that I did not realize and nobody had told me about this when I had moved here is that New York has really high humidity levels. You go out, your hands are sticky. Here, I never realized this was going to be one of my worst nightmares, when this here gets like just sticky. You walk out and in 1 second you're just like, you never feel clean. That's what I hate. Something that I do really love about New York is that they are so allergy friendly. I just find it easier to sometimes eat out here because they're so aware. I can say that Australia has more healthy spots to eat. Maybe now when I go back to Melbourne that it'll be different and that they will be aware, because it's been some time and it's, you know, it's become a thing. That was a lot of differences between New York and Melbourne in general. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope it was informative. I hope it wasn't too boring. I just needed to say it because now I am so informed. The fact that I've lived here, I'm not a tourist, and that makes the experience different. So if you like this, please give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe and click that notification bell to know when I am posting next, because there is so many good things coming up. Okay, I will see you and catch you on the flip side. Bye!